Previously on Dream Team.
You don't seem to realise what throwing a game actually means. You're asking me to abandon every principle that I ever held as a professional sportsman.
كشو شراء الفريق لدي أخبار جيدة. المدرب موافقتنا على الخطة مع الهزيمة في لقاء السبت.
What I'm doing, it's messing with their heads. It's wrong.
You are saving this team. You are a hero. Remember that.
I'm not going mad. Stuart is throwing games. Please, don't let this happen again.
No one is going anywhere till I get some answers.
Harchester go into this second half thoroughly deserving their 1-0 lead. Connolly the goal scorer.
Viv, I don't know what you think you're doing. Now really isn't the time for you to jeopardise our chances.
Why not, Stuper? You got something you want to hide?
We're halfway through the most important game of our season. What the hell are you trying to do?
Dash told me there's match fixings going on. And I believe it.
Hey, Viv, I think you're a bit confused, mate. I mean, all that match-fixing business, that was last year. All the people you're seeing in the kit, around the club, they're just actors, it's not...
Shut up!
I'm not off my head this time, I swear.
Look, we've had enough of you ruining things for us.
I'm not the one ruining things.
That's it. I'm calling security.
You're doing nothing till I find out what's going on.
Get your hands off me!
You're fixing matches! You only bought me because you knew you could get in here! You are cheap!
Get off! Stop it!
This has gone too far, Stuart. Are you gonna tell them or should I?
The Everton players are still out there. Gravison is talking to Mike Riley, the referee. Where are Harchester?
Which one?
Look, I really don't think now is the time or the place to be...
Which game was it?
Leicester at home.
You threw a game?
It's not as simple as that. Listen to me.
That game bankrupted this club!
That was the point! The Sheikh was going to come in to invest millions. He was going to save us. I did this for the sake and the good of our club.
If Stuart's messing with someone in there, then he's got to be stopped. How many times do I have to tell you? It's not like last year. Let me in. Oh, for God's sake, it's Abby. Let me in.
Private team talk, Abby. You got the day off, remember?
Yeah, but why are you locking me out?
Because we are. Now shut up.
They locked the gates and closed the whole place down.
Could have been kicked out of the league.
Right now, there's nothing more important than the game. We're on the verge of going fourth today. We can't blow this.
Oh, yeah, we can. If you've got anything to do with it.
Look, I told you. It was one game. Come on, let's get out there. You know I'm behind you all the way now. You know what I've sacrificed for this club.
Should we go down and see what's going on?
No, I go.
What's going on?
It's all right. Tell the refs I'll be out in a minute. Viv, it's me. Can you open the door, please? Team talk's just overrun a bit, that's all. Viv!
They've got 1 minute or the points go to Everton.
Do you hear that? You've got 1 minute. The ref's gone mad. You've got to get out of here.
Come on, boys. We should get out there.
You were the one who told our manager to tell the truth, were you not?
Yes, but
Marcel, have you got something to tell us?
look, I knew, but I wasn't part of it.
Look, what the hell is going on here? So all this time we've been fighting, you've been working against us.
No, I didn't! Look, lads, let's just put this to one side and get our minds on the game.
Shut up! Just shut up! You've got nothing to say. Now we go out there and we win this game!
I'm not playing on the same team as him.
If we deal with this after! Now focus on Everton and let's finish the job! Now come on, let's get out there!
What's up?
No one's gonna listen to a word you say anymore, so I wouldn't bother.
What's all that about, baby?
Everything's fine, baby. Go back to your seat.
The second half finally about to start. We tried without success to find out why Harchester took so long to come out, but one thing evident, no Stuart Naismith alongside Andy Ansah.
So what happened?
Congratulations. You finally got what you wanted.
I had to tell Tash. She was crying on my shoulder at Jamie's grave, telling me she was going mad. I'm sorry.
Get out.
Harchester leading by 1-0 and fully deserving their half-time lead here at the Dragon's Lair. Good running here now by Clyde Connolly. Can he make it two? Good save, Simonson. But Harchester and Connolly really fired up.
Would you please tell me what's been going on? Stuart.
They know what we did.
Harchester breaking forward now. Look at the space for Sabatier. If Alexander can find him here, it'll be 2-0, but he can't. Oh, that was a chance wasted. And Marcel Sabatier is really unhappy with Curtis Alexander. What an opportunity to make it 2-0.
Why the hell did you tell them?
If I hadn't, Marcel would have.
So what? You could have denied it.
They knew. They found out from Tash Parker.
And how the hell did she find out? Did you mention my name?
No. They ought to give me a chance to explain. They suspect Marcel as well, you know. They think because he knew about it, he was involved. I just can't believe the timing of it more than anything. So close to the end of the season. I just need to explain to them that what we did was for the best.
Go home, Stuart.
What?
The team are obviously going to be very upset with you. They're not going to listen to what you have to say. We should give them time to cool down. It's for the best. Not only for them, but for you too. You need time to prepare what you're going to say.
I already know what I'm going to say. Just need to speak to them after the game. Where are you going?
What the hell is she still doing here? You get her out of here, away from this stadium. If you care one little bit about those players or this club, I suggest you keep her and your mouth shut.
Miss Hernandez, do you have any comments to make about your team's late arrival for the second half?
I'm sorry, but the tunnel is a restricted area on match days. I want this place cleared. Now.
Good running here now by Lee Presley. Oh, he's got away from Simonson. Great chance now for Harchester. It's only partially away, and Marcel Sabatier surely secures 4th place in the Premiership now. No way back for Everton, deep into the second half. But curiously, it's the goal provider who's getting all the plaudits from his delighted teammates. Marcel Sabatier being left to celebrate all on his own.
Mr. Naismith, we've been given instructions to escort you from the premises.
What?
Come on.
You can't do this.
I'm sorry. Come on.
Okay.
Good ball by Ryan Naismith, now Clyde Connolly. Oh, fine save by Steve Simonson. Excellent move from Harchester again.
There's something not right about all this for me. Feels a bit like cheating.
What?
Well, last year I was cheering on Everton, wasn't I?
Right.
It's a bit weird, you know.
Come on. Pick up the phone.
Hello? Stu?
Look, can you come out to the car park?
Where? I can't hear you.
The car park!
Well, what are you doing there? The game's still going on?
Just come out now!
Okay, I'm coming.
Coming forward again with Menace. Oh, wonderful save again by Simonsen. Ryan Naismith has been sensational.
Come on, the Dragons.
The skins up there.
I had something to sort out.
Do you know what's wrong with Stewie? He just asked me to meet him outside. Why isn't he in the dugout?
I need to talk to you about that. In private?
Alright, well, I'll meet you upstairs after I spoke to Stewie.
No!
That's him now.
Stuart is in a very angry mood. He needs to calm down. The team's very upset. We need to assure them that we're on their side. You have to trust me.
About what? You gonna tell me what's going on?
The team and I've had some terrible news. We just discovered that Stuart has been doing some match fixing.
What?
The full-time whistle is imminent, and there it is. A comfortable 2-0 win for Harchester. Andy Janssen knows the importance of this win. Harchester now in the 4th Champions League place. For Everton, Wayne Rooney and their fans, dejection. And I have to say, somewhat downbeat the Harchester players, considering they've gone into that Champions League spot. That is curious, but Harchester win 2-0.
Well, all right then. Why don't you go training all week? Before that Leicester game.
Look, I came to see you. The gaffer was under a lot of pressure. I told you we needed you, man, and you didn't even want to know.
Wait, that chant game. You weren't up for that either, were you?
What was it? You feeling guilty? Get away.
Just admit it, huh?
Did you see the way I played? Why would I do that if I wanted to lose? We're on to you now. What choice you got? Pilar, tell them the truth about the match fixing.
It's me you should blame. I could have stopped this. Marcel came to me when he suspected that Stuart was throwing a game. I didn't listen. I told him that a respectable manager like Stuart Naismith would never do anything like that. But sadly, Stuart has admitted everything. Of course, I've dismissed him. But I've just realized now the terrible mistake I made not listening to Marcel. He has always played his heart out for this club. And I should have known. He would never do anything to harm Manchester United.
Is this true? You clocked what Naismith was up to?
Go, Marcel. Tell them.
Yes.
If you want proof that Marcel tried to stop Stuart, just go back to the Leicester game and you'll see. He played like a hero. I want to apologize to all of you for trusting Stuart Naismith too much.
Harchester United versus Leicester City, 22nd of February 2004.
Got you.
Great ball by Sabatier, and he has looked the complete midfield player out there today for Harchester. Sensational match he's had.
I thought I knew you, but that was another level.
It worked, didn't it? Then our side now.
Our side? I'm innocent in this story. This is your problem, not mine.
I saved you from being torn apart by them. Like it or not, we're in this together now. Look, they believe that it's okay.
For how long? Once you tell them the truth?
The truth? There is no truth. It's just a question of who they believe.
And if I tell them everything I know?
Do you want them to know how you made the deal with the Sheikh to play for Roma? Or how you were prepared to abandon them all when the club went bankrupt? I made you look like the good guy back there.
What about Stuart? How can you do this to him?
Stuart confessed to cheating. There's nothing I can do to change that. The important thing is that we sort this out and carry on into the Champions League. I'm doing this for Harchester.
I'm sure you are.
Here's Sabatier, another good effort. What a superb performance from Marcel Sabatier.
I've got to say, lads, he's having a blinder.
Stop it there. Let's make it stop.
Extraordinary. The board is up and the number is Sabatier's. No one in the Dragon's Lair can believe this. Look at that reaction from Marcel Sabatier through his shirt and Stuart Naismith. And the best player on the field is off.
Sorry for doubting you.
So in the lead up to that game, you knew what Naismith was playing at? How?
I overheard the Sheikh's assistant saying he had the manager on board to lose the game.
And what else? Who else was in on it?
That's all I heard.
So we're still not sure who's kosher.
Miss Hernandez, the journalists are still waiting to do the post-match press conference.
Tell them I'll be there soon. But that's all, Sandra. Gentlemen, I know that under circumstances, normally a story like that would earn one of you a lot of money in the tabloids. But if the Premier League were to find out, you would leave us either with points deducted or relegation. Now I don't have to remind you what's riding on where we finish at the end of the season.
All our money.
And the future of the club.
So that's it then.
Everyone back at training Monday. Business as usual.
We've got the press conference to give.
She really shouldn't be too much longer.
Sorry, take your chance.
Miss Hernandez, are you confident Harchester will now make the Champions League?
I see no reason why not. It's now in our control, and after today's performance, I'm convinced we deserve to be there.
Why was Stuart Naismith absent for the second half?
Stuart has resigned from his position as manager of team affairs. He told us this is down to personal reasons, and I think we should respect Stuart's decision.
Ryan, you have to understand why I did it. Please, just hear me out. You don't have to forgive me. I'm not a businessman, you know that. I stick to the football, always have. I was told to throw this game. It's not what I wanted, but I had to do it.
Not going to Pilar.
What?
She told us the whole story. She said she had a clue what you're up to, but she couldn't stop it.
That's not true. She put me up to it. I could never do that.
Do you honestly think that makes any difference?
I was just a pawn.
Did you or did you not wind up George just to drop him from the team?
Yeah.
Yeah, and did you not shout at Lee to shatter his confidence?
And you know what? If I was there, I bet you'd have done the same thing to me as well. Your own son.
Gentlemen! Once we've had the chance to settle down, then we will make a decision on the handling of team affairs. As you know, we've only got 2 games left, so I doubt we'll be bringing anyone in from the outside.
What about Stuart Naismith? How do you feel about this news?
What's happened has come as a shock to everyone at Harchester.
That will be all. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
You can't leave now, Will. Why is that? What about our story? We need to know what's going on.
You turned my son against me. You turned the team against me! You've taken everything!
Get him out of here! Police are on their way, all right.
You're the cheat! I'm capable of getting in myself here.
Marcel, it's Pilar. Listen to me. You have to collect Stuart from the police station.
What happened?
They're just questioning him, but there'll be journalists all over the place. You have to get him out of there and...
I'm not doing it.
What?
I don't want to be involved anymore. I've done enough. You sort it out.
But if he says anything, it will all be over. All that matters is that we stop this from getting out. Marcel? Look, you know how bad this will look for both of us if he talks now. We can't let this happen.
All right.
Make sure you take him somewhere safe. You can't take him home. There'll be reporters looking for him, okay?
Okay.
Good. Thank you.
Ryan. Thanks for coming.
So, punching women now, are we? You're on a bit of a roll today, aren't you?
If ever anyone deserved it, she did.
Oh, listen to you.
Yeah, listen to...
I just came to see if you're okay.
Oh, well, that's just great then. You might as well take care of him then if you have to give a toss.
Ryan! Stuart, how do people not know the truth? You know she put me up to it. What did she offer you? Money? My job? Or was it for her own time's sake?
We need to get out of here. You know what could happen if this story breaks.
When she doesn't need you anymore, you'll be out the door. Just like me.
Will you just come with me for now? Please. Is there another way out of here?
Yeah, sure. Can you unlock it?
Stuart.
There he is. Stuart, is it true you attacked Miss Hernandez?
Were you sacked or did you resign?
He has no comments to make.
She asked you to do this. Keep me away from the press so the whole world believes her lies.
I did not do this for Pilar.
What's he doing here?
There is journalists all over the place. I couldn't think of anyone else.
I want to speak to them. Someone has to tell the truth.
If you go public now, you'll destroy the team. Your team.
It's not my team. Not anymore. She took that from me too. Poisoned them against me.
What about Ryan? How can you do this to your son?
He despises me. I've lost my son. All I have now is the truth, and I'm going to tell it. Got nothing left to lose.
We cannot handle this on our own. I need to go somewhere. Just keep him here until I'm back.
Stuart, wait! Look, the journalists will still be there tomorrow. Speak to them then if you feel you have to. But please, leave it tonight.
You need to do something.
Well, what's happened? Have you got Stuart?
I took him to Abby's. He's staying there tonight.
So what's the problem?
The whole thing is unsustainable.
Stuart knows if people found out, he'd never have a career in football again.
He is beyond that. You don't know what this thing has done to him.
You see what he has done to me?
You deserve it.
Excuse me?
You have taken his job, his friends, his son won't even speak to him. You have pushed him too far. The only thing left to him is to say that it was you. And when this happens, you're on your own.
Don't you think you've had enough of that?
I could drink this all night. Still wouldn't do anything.
Get some rest.
No rest for the wicked. You know, I always thought I was one of the good guys. Not perfect, but at least I was on the side of right. You make a couple of wrong decisions and suddenly, boom, you're the corrupt one. Totally immoral.
Don't be daft.
Don't talk to me like I'm a child, Abby. You know what I am. I see it in people's eyes. Fear, dislike, distrust. It was all over your face when you came in with Marcel just now.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be. I deserve it. I become the type of man who hits women, whose own son looks at him with loathing, whose friends think he betrayed them. I can't go on with people thinking that badly of me. I have to make it right.
But not tonight. Let me give you some sleeping pills. They'll knock you out. Get a decent night's rest.
I told you. Nothing's gonna knock me out tonight.
You know where I am if you need anything.
Mr. Karim, it's Pilar Hernandez.
How are you?
We might have something of a problem.
What kind of a problem?
I'm afraid the match fixing is going to come out.
I thought that was all dealt with.
The players found out that Stuart Naismith threw the game. He's going to go to the press and blow the whistle on all of us.
The Sheikh will not be linked to something fraudulent like this.
I'm sorry. I've done everything I can.
Well, not good enough. This absolutely cannot happen.
What do you want me to do?
Can I find him at your training ground?
No, he has no business being there. I sacked him as a manager and his playing career is over.
Yeah, I remember. His knee injury.
Tomorrow morning might be too late to stop the news. You have to get to him tonight.
Where does he live?
He's not going home. He's going to stay with Abby Fletcher, the physio.
Who else will be in the house?
No one.
You're absolutely certain just him and the physio all night?
Yes. You know her husband is not around anymore.
Of course.
There'll be no prying ears, just you and him. You think you can sort this out?
I'll deal with it directly.
What are you going to say to him? Hello? Mr. Karim?
How is he?
In bed.
Good.
He's an emotional wreck.
Join the club? Yeah.
What's going on? Why are you protecting Pilar?
I'm not protecting Pilar.
Yes, you are. You're letting Stuart take the blame for this whole thing when you know damn well she's just as guilty. Why? Why are you lying for her?
I'm not lying for her.
What's going on between you two?
Nothing.
Are you sleeping with her?
Abby, don't be ridiculous.
I don't believe you. Why?
Abby, stop it.
Who, Georgina? I mean, does she know she's being two-timed?
Listen, I lied because it was the only way they would believe I wasn't involved as well. Pilar had me in the corner. There was nothing I could do. I'm not sleeping with her. And I'm not seeing Georgina anymore.
Why not?
Because I'm in love with someone else.
so sorry for turning up like this.
Do you know what time it is?
I know. It's just... There's some things I need to say.
What? You want to wire me up again so I balls up the Wolves game?
Do you think I brought you to the club so that I could get inside your head? To lose games?
You wanted a keeper you could get to. I'm your man.
No.
I can't really blame you.
Look, you and I have got history together, Viv. You know me.
And you know me.
So do you think I would ever... You think I'm even capable of doing that? I made a mistake. A terrible mistake, and I'm going to pay for it, but I need you to believe that I brought you to the club for the right reasons. For your talent. Please.
What do you expect me to say?
Nothing. We were this close.
I love you too.
Sure? This is happening, right?
It's happening.
Hello?
Everything's taken care of.
What did you offer him?
No, we made no offer.
But you have to. He's serious about doing this. I'm telling you, he's going to talk.
I can assure you, Stuart will not be talking.
Why?
He's dead, Miss Hernandez.
But you couldn't have... I never wanted this.
You asked us to deal with it, and that's what we've done. Goodbye.
Who is it?
It's me, Stuart.
Can't be.
I just want to talk.
You're okay?
Yeah. Look, I understand if you don't want to speak to me. I just want to explain. Can I come in? It's face okay?
Just bruised.
I'm sorry. I don't know what happened to me. I have never hit a woman before.
Please, can we talk tomorrow?
I mean, I can't believe I did that.
Stuart, it's been a long day and I'm not thinking straight right now.
All I want is a chance to explain to the players. Just tell me that you'll give me that and...
We talk tomorrow. Please?
Tomorrow.
Marcel? Marcel?
So you can't go through there, sir?
Can I come in, please? It's important.
What's happened?
I'm so sorry. He had a heart attack. Abby found him this morning. He stayed at her house last night.
No! Why was he there?
Marcel.
What I can tell you is that about an hour ago, the Harchester physio, Abby Fletcher, made a phone call to the emergency services, informing them that Sabatier had been found dead in her house.
Clive, please, just leave us alone today.
Why don't you two go and get some breakfast?
Are you sure? We'll be in mine, yeah.
Abby. Maybe you should get dressed.
Mrs. Fletcher, I realise it's a difficult time, but...
I don't think it's helping her that you're still here. Could you come back later?
We really need to ask some questions.
Can I help?
We need to get a hold of Mrs. Sabatier's club medical records. You work there, don't you?
Oh, I did. Why? Why do you need them?
We found these in his pocket. Some kind of injectable steroid. They're often associated with some cardiac problems.
Steroids? He wasn't even injured. He'd have no use for these.
Look, no way, man. He never took steroids. Why would he?
You don't know that, though, do you?
Well, I know that as much as I wouldn't take them myself.
It's okay. Maybe he was protecting an injury we didn't know about.
Look, let's try not to destroy his reputation.
He's supposed to be a mate.
Miss Hernandez, are you there?
Leave me alone.
You told me that Naismith was the only man in that house.
I thought he was the only man in the house. I didn't know you were going to...
You said we needed him silenced.
We? You killed an innocent man. Hello? Hello?
We found these in his pocket. Some kind of injectable steroid. They're often associated with sudden cardiac problems.
It's me. Still.
Yeah. Okay. I need a taxi. Oh, brilliant. Hold it there for me, please. I'll be right there.
Anything you want to share with me before you leave?
Coming soon on Dream Team.
You got the wrong man. There's no need to go after the right one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mr. Sabatier, please, you have to order an autopsy.
Congratulations. You're the new manager of Harchester United.
Ryan, sit deep. Nothing gets past you, everything goes through you. You're the center of the team.
I know he was killed.
You've got it all wrong, Abby.
Going to the police.